I just woke the damn up. I was in a deep sleep, man. Taking them sleeping pills help out, man. Cause I be waking up in the middle of the night, and I don't like waking up. Or waking up, you know, in the middle of the morning. Shit. Waking up around 3 a.m. Can't go back to sleep. Them pills allow me to fucking sleep all the way until at least 7 or 8. You know what I'm saying? Go to sleep around like 11. Wake up around. I feel real rested, man. I don't feel sleep deprived. I feel good. I didn't drink last night. I'm good. I'm good, man. But you know what, bro? You know, I'm in the pursuit of happiness right now, man. You know, I want to be happy. And I'm not happy with just working a 9 to 5 job or just having a job that just ain't paying you nothing. You know, I only need to settle for like a $3,000 pension in my final quarter of my life, man. You feel what I'm saying? In the final quarter of my life, man, I want to have it big. I want to have it all. Some people would never ever get to see their dreams, man. You know, in this lifetime. You know, my parents, they didn't see no dream, bro. They died without even experiencing being rich or successful. They died before experiencing all of that. And that's what I don't want to do, man. I don't want to die broke. I want to die rich. So that way, you know, when I'm on my deathbed, I can say, you know what, I did everything possible. Shit. I fucked bad bitches. I traveled around the world, experienced different things, different cultures, different people. I drove Lamborghinis. I own Lamborghinis. I bought a big house, experienced everything, man. And then I can be like, okay, yeah, I guess I accomplished everything I came to Earth to accomplish. Now it's time for me to die off. Feel what I'm saying? Now it's time for me to move on to the next life. Feel what I'm saying? So I'm on a pursuit of happiness, bro. Meaning that you're pursuing something to be happy instead of being miserable. A lot of dudes are miserable, man. They're on the outside looking in their whole entire life, man. You feel me? You get tired of being that little puppy on the outside looking in, man. So, you know, somebody came along and asked me yesterday, did I have a timeline or there's a deadline to get the bag? No, you keep going until you get it. Because you'll never be happy until you get it. I seen this one guy, below average looking dude, driving around in a $150,000 Porsche, bro. That dude knew what time it was, bro. Yo, he knew what time it was. He was listening to T-Pain, Bartender. So, And you could tell he was happy, man. I mean, he sped off, man. He pulled up at the light, and I could hear that song beeping, bumping. He was in a $150,000 Porsche, bro. $150,000 Porsche. I know it was like 150 grand. He pulled up, playing that bartender song by T-Pain, and then he took off real fast. And you could hear the engine like rah. that engine rah, just took off. He's enjoying his life, bro. He's enjoying that car. That's one thing. When you get a Porsche, you're gonna enjoy it. You're gonna get you get any high-end vehicle, bro. You're gonna enjoy it. Okay, you're gonna enjoy it. You're gonna love it. You're gonna feel good that you got it, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you work so goddamn hard for it. Shit, I'll be happy, man. Once I get my bag, I'll be a happy man. Feel what I'm saying? You gotta be happy. You can't be miserable in these streets. You know? You know? What's up with it? What's up with it? I'm from Oakland, man. Oakland smoking. That's my hometown. Where you from? Oakland smoking. I got 5 on it. Let's go have a sack. I got 5 on it. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, some people are not happy the way their lives are, so they struggle their whole entire lives to change it. You know what I'm saying? Think about it, man. Jean-Claude Van Damme, one of my favorite 90s martial artists, next to Bruce Lee. It took him 5 years. Okay? It took him 5 years to get his break. He had to be patient, bro. You gotta be patient, or it's never gonna come. You know what I'm saying? He took on every single job, man. You know, Keith Sweat. It took him 10 years, a little bit over a decade for his career to really take off. So you gotta understand, when you're on the grind for years, okay? Until you make it. It takes years to see any type of success, bruh. And I've been on the grind for about 5 years. Now, I don't expect to see nothing like that. Like just pop up out of nowhere. Feel me? I don't expect this shit to happen just overnight. It takes time. For anything, it takes time. When motherfuckers sitting back and they wasting time, I feel sorry for them. And then when it pop off for me, and they like, God damn, like he did it. Yeah, because it took me a long time. You gotta look at it like this, man. Would you rather choose a life sentence of poverty versus only being poor for only so long, then eventually down the stretch, you make it? Which one would you choose? I would choose going after my goals. And I'm going to tell you why. because eventually I'm going to get there. You know what I'm saying? Versus if you're not trying, you're going to have a life sentence. You're going to be there for life. Just can you imagine if you was in court and you did something very heinous, right? You know, and the judge say, well, you know, what you've been doing is not all that bad. I mean, oh, no. My bad. Let's say, you know, you did something heinous, right? And, you know, you just begging to get, like, you know, some time reduced or whatever, or you just trying to figure a way out, you know what I'm saying, so you won't do a whole lot of time, so you won't do a life sentence, right? Think about how relieved if the judge just gave you only 5 years in jail, and you do half of that, okay? And you basically you only gonna do a couple of years versus a life sentence, which you could have got, right? You could have got a life sentence, but the judge, he gave you some mercy. He said, okay, I'm gonna sentence you to like 5 years. What's up with it, Jamie? Jamie in the house. You know, I'm gonna sentence you to 5 years in prison, and you're gonna do 2.5 years. You will be relieved. You'll be like, oh God, thank God he didn't like give me a life sentence, man. That's my life right there. You know what I'm saying? So he didn't give you a life sentence. You relieved. That's how it is when you're going after your goals, when you're going after the bag. You see what I'm saying? When you're going after the bag, eventually, finally, you will get there down the stretch. You feel what I'm saying? You know, eventually, you're gonna grab it and run with it. You know what I'm saying? You know, you won't be like broke your whole entire life. Basically, like just all the way to the end, until the last day of your life, you're just struggling. Nah, you only gonna struggle a portion of your life, bro. You feel what I'm saying? You're only gonna struggle a portion, just a portion. You feel me? So just remember, when you're going after success, when you're going after happiness, man, you're only gonna be poor for a few years, man. Or maybe even 5 years or a decade. But you won't be here stranded, broke, your whole entire life. And believe me, man, a decade passed by quick. I mean, we already 5 years right now ahead of the coronavirus. The coronavirus passed so goddamn quick. Remember? It was like everybody was wearing masks and stuff. It seemed like that shit was gonna last forever, but it didn't. We got through that. You feel what I'm saying? I think the corona's still out there, man, but I ain't never caught it. I've been out here. I've been in the air. I never caught the corona. Some people caught the corona. I never caught it. I wasn't even dating, you know, when the corona had started. I mean, the first time I think I was dating a fat chick when the coronavirus had started, man. And after that, I wasn't dating no more. You know, I was afraid of getting sick too. Like, I don't want to get sick, you know. But the corona went and came. Came and went, I mean. Came and went. And you got to understand, your situation is supposed to be temporary. It's not supposed to be forever, man. They got cats out here, man, that never chased the bag. They got a life sentence of being by themselves until they die. I told you the guy that comes around here, man, with that little dog, he got a life sentence, man. And meaning that he gonna be by himself until the remaining days of his life. You know what I'm saying? And the final years of his life by himself with only his dog. You don't want that to happen to you. So you start chasing your dreams, man, chasing your goals. You know, chasing success, man. All these people who got success, who got Lambos, man, bruh, it took them years to get it. It took them some hustling and belief and faith. You know, it took them a minute to get it, bro. It wasn't like it was easy, but they kept going. That was the most important thing, is that no matter what, they stuck with the craft. They stuck on the pursuit. They kept pursuing. The years went by. They didn't see nothing, and then one day, boom, their life all of a sudden changed, bro. It all changed for the better because they kept going. They never stayed or even swayed away from the goal, man. You know what I'm saying? And they never swayed away. No matter what you're going through, you keep going. It don't matter what you're going through, you keep going. Never stop, never quit, no retreat, no surrender. You see what I'm saying? No retreat, no surrender. You don't surrender. You don't give up because things are not going the way you want to go right away. You see what I'm saying? This shit take time. Just like it took me, you know, a few years to hit my first jackpot, okay? I'm going after the second jackpot. I ain't gonna keep on quitting. I don't quit. You feel me? You don't never quit, bro. You keep going. Never a life sentence. I might be here for a few more years, but I won't be here for life. You feel what I'm saying? Give me a few more years over a life sentence, bro. Give me a few years over a life sentence. You guys, a lot of you guys have given up. I don't know why you motherfuckers are talking about it's over and stuff, but I'm like, look at dude. Let me make that dude a prime example. Remember that guy David from David and Annie? You know, remember him? The short, white, bald dude, fat. Well, he wasn't fat when he first got to Thailand. You know what I'm saying? But David and Annie, I mean, bruh, that show is a prime example of what I'm talking about. You know, David was struggling in America. He couldn't get a chick, bruh. And for some reason, he ended up in Thailand. We all know what reason that was. You know, but the fact that he's basically a sub-5 dude, okay, older, like 40, what, 47 when he got out there, 48. He went out there and got him a wife, bro, and brought her back to the U.S., and they still here. They still together. It's been over a decade, and they still together. But my main point is that he went out and he did something about his situation. He just didn't just give up. Nah, he went out and got a wife from Thailand. Shit, he did something. He didn't just do nothing. I mean, yeah, he had to buy the plane ticket, passport and stuff, and go to Thailand and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't really have much money either. He was struggling. You know what I'm saying? He was struggling. But my point is, he did something about his situation. He just didn't give up. Sub-5, fat. He said, fuck that, bro. If I can't get a woman here in the States, if I'm struggling, I'm gonna go overseas, where it was a lot easier to get a young female. He did something. I mean, he got married and shit, which is, I mean, he's still, you know what I mean. But it's, you know, being married to a beautiful girl like Annie is better than being struggling out here in the dating market. It's a step up from struggling. See, at least you got something. And something is better than nothing. You see what I'm saying? So he did that, bro. I'm talking to you guys who are sub five, you guys who are below average looking. I'm talking about if you're a dude who can't get any women at all. Like you got zero rosters. You don't even have a sub five stalker chasing you. You feel what I'm saying? You don't even have a sub five stalker, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm talking to you guys who are below average looking, who just struggling. You know, nah, he took time out to get his passport, to get the plane ticket to Thailand, and he went out there and he got him a wife. He said, "Fuck that! I ain't gonna be by myself for the rest of my life." You know, and I still watch that show from time to time, bro. David and Annie. It's good to like watch it every now and then. See this guy, you know, finally get something after struggling here in the dating market. You know, you know. So that's what you got to do, bro. Like if you got a problem, you got to take time out to solve it. Meaning that you got to talk to yourself and say, you know what? Uh, I don't want to be struggling here for the rest of my life. You know, I might as well start on this journey to pursue the riches and the fame or whatever you want. You know, take time out, start on this journey, so eventually down the stretch in the future, I'll get there. Versus me never ever getting there in life, because if I just give up, I won't get there, and I'll be, you know, waiting for a God to come out of the sky to save me from the situation that I'm in. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna happen. So if you start on the journey, eventually you'll get there. It's like walking from here to Nevada. If I walk, you know, it'll take me a long time, but eventually I will get to Nevada. You know, maybe after a year of walking, taking hotels, stopping in at diners to eat. You know, if I got money in my pocket, right? You know, let's say I got like about, you know, I got about like 20 grand in my pocket and I need to walk to Nevada. I want to save my money and stuff. I don't want to take no airplanes. I don't want to take no car, no bus. You know, I'm not even taking an Uber there. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna walk my way there. But if I start walking to Nevada, Las Vegas, it's gonna be a tough walk. But if I keep walking, you know, resting at spots, you know, eating, as long as I got money in my pocket, I'm good, right? But it would take me like maybe I don't know how long it would take. Maybe like a week, or not even a week, bro. Like maybe like a year. But eventually I get there. You know what I'm saying? I'll get there. I'll be able to enjoy Las Vegas with 20 grand in my pocket. You know what I'm saying? You know, plus I probably have less because I had to spend money for food and maybe hotels and stuff like that. You know, but eventually I got there. That's the most important thing, is I got there. I finally got there. And that's how you got to look at things when you're going after a goal to pursue money and fame and fortune. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you got to look at it like, damn, I won't get it right now, but I'll get it in the long run. Trust me, it will be good in the future. You know what I'm saying? Versus 5 years went by, you ain't did shit, and you could have did some shit and got there, but you decided not to. You feel what I'm saying? So you got to look at, you know, this shit as a long-term goal. You know, to get the bag, it's not an easy thing, bro. It's not easy. It's gonna be some complication, but I'm up for the challenge. You feel what I'm saying? Because I like challenging myself. You know what I mean? And then once you get there, it's gonna be all celebration. It's gonna be bitches, hoes, you know, escorts, women all over the place. You know what I'm saying? You gonna have a good time, man, and you're gonna be glad that you did it too. You're gonna be like, damn, I'm glad I got on my grind 5 years ago, man. I would have still been in my situation. I would have been still there. Like, man, I'm glad I listened to Kel Cat, bro. Hellcat is the truth. Man, 5 years ago, I was struggling in the dating market. You know, it wasn't just a dating market, but it was a highly competitive dating market, okay? I was struggling. I couldn't get a girlfriend, you know what I'm saying? And then one day I said, fuck it, I done had enough. I'm gonna start pursuing this goal right now. And I'm gonna start pursuing riches. I'm gonna start pursuing riches so I can get the bitches. You feel what I'm saying? So you get off on your goal, right? You keep going. 1 year pass, 2 year pass, and you still going. 3 year pass, you still going. 4 year pass, still going. 5 year pass, and finally you get your big break. Boom! I'm here, nigga. I finally got it. Feel what I'm saying? I never gave up. I didn't give up. I didn't give up. I didn't fucking give up. You feel what I'm saying? It was all worth it in the end. You feel what I'm saying? I finally got my hands on that bag. And took time, but you got it. That's how you gotta look at it, bro. Like I said, man, when I hit my first jackpot, it was only a few $1,000s, but I felt like I really accomplished something, man. I had like Red Lobster for like a week. I went out and bought this nice watch that I'm wearing right now. And this is a reminder to keep going, bro. It's gonna be a Rolex on this motherfucker. Keep the faith. You know, keep the faith. Keep that motherfucking faith. It's gonna be a Rolex next time. A $5,000, $10,000 Rolex. I'm wearing somebody's hoopty on my car, on my wrist. I'm wearing a $10,000 car on my wrist. You feel what I'm saying? Look at it. Beautiful watch, man. That's a nice watch. It's all scratched up though, but I'm gonna go to the shop and get it fixed. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's how you gotta do, bro. That shit look like a shit. Okay. You feel what I'm saying? So that's what you gotta do, bro. You gotta make sure you're okay with not seeing any money in the beginning. See, motherfuckers, they give up when they don't see any money happen. I seen this happen when I went to the ASCAP convention over there in LA. When I was pursuing music and shit like that. And, you know, I was pursuing music, and this one guy, I met this one guy at the ASCO, what am I saying? Shit, the ASCAP convention, sorry. I met this one guy at the ASCAP convention, and he was like, if this shit don't work out, man, I'm going after the Navy, bro. And I was like, what? Yeah, I'm going after the Navy, bro. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna be chasing this shit and nothing happened. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, oh, okay. But back then, I was thinking in my head, like, damn, you gonna quit like that, bro? Because I wasn't ready to quit at that time. I was pursuing it hard, man. I bought like music equipment worth $5,000, man. $5,000 worth of music equipment. I was on my grind. I was recording songs and stuff. I didn't know what I was doing yet, but I wasn't ready to give up. But after 5 years of chasing it, for some reason, the passion just died out. And I regret quitting. I could have been there by now, bro. I would have been in the Hollywood Hills with a big ass mansion, with a big ass booty chick, bro. With a big booty chick, bro. You feel what I'm saying? If I would have kept going. A lot of motherfuckers, they give up because the road is hard. You see what I'm saying? The road is hard, bro. You gotta keep going. No matter what. No matter what they do, bro. No matter what they say out here in the streets, you gotta keep going. Because it's worth the. You can pursue it, you know, until you can't pursue it no more, man. And it's worth the wait. You know, it's worth the pursuit, bro. You feel what I'm saying? So don't ever give up. Don't ever give up. You give up, you'll never ever see your dream come true. Never, never, ever, never. You know, let's say, okay, so let's say you want to go to like LA, Hollywood to pursue an acting career. Well, guess what? You got to go out there, live poor for about 5 years, however long it takes you to get your break. You got to start going to auditions, maybe take some acting classes at first, and then go to some auditions and keep pressing forward even though they say no to you. Okay, that person said no. Okay, well, we're gonna go to the next director or whatever, right? Go to the next director. Oh, he said no. Okay, fine, go to the next director. Try out for different auditions and shit. And you're gonna be a lot of failing, but that one door gonna open up for you eventually, and you're gonna get your big break. You know what I'm saying? That's how niggas think, man. Like actors were dirt poor before they made it. They was out there hustling, grinding, going to auditions, never giving up. You feel what I'm saying? Kept getting the doors slammed in their face. So what? You don't care about the doors that's closed. You care about the doors that's gonna open for you. And you gotta be out there searching for the opportunity. If you ain't doing nothing, bro, you're fucking gonna sink. You ain't gonna get anything. But as long as you out there keeping on, eventually they gonna open the door for you, bro. And it's up to you to be prepared. Master the art of acting. You feel what I'm saying? You feel what I'm saying? That's why Denzel Washington is so goddamn good at acting, bro. Like, he was pursuing that shit with a passion, though. You feel what I'm saying? My favorite movie by Denzel, Training Day. You motherfuckers. Okay. You think you could do this shit? Jay, you think you could do this to me? You motherfuckers will be playing basketball in Pelican Bay when I'm finished with you. Shoot program, nigga. 23-hour lockdown. I'm the man in this piece. You will never see the light of day. Who the fuck you think you fucking with? I'm the police. I run shit here. You just live here. Yeah, that's right. Go ahead and walk away, because I'm going to burn this motherfucker down. King Kong ain't got shit on me. And that was a freestyle. That wasn't even in the script. That's how talented that man was, bro. You know what I'm saying? He believed in himself, bro. And he got a Grammy for that, bro. You feel? That was the best part, bro. That was the best part of the whole entire movie, bro. I'm the police. And that shit gets like thousands and thousands and hundreds of thousands of views to this day here on YouTube. I like watching it every now and then, bro. Yeah. Then I'm gonna start out with a condo first. Once I get my second hit, I'm gonna buy a condo first. You feel what I'm saying? Then we work our way up to the house. You know what I'm saying? Buy a condo for about, $800,000 or something. And then when I get the more money coming in, when I'm able to afford a house, I'll buy a house for a few million. You feel what I'm saying? But first we gotta start with that condo and then buy a house. So that way I have a condo and a house that I own. You know what I'm saying? You have to believe in yourself and trust in your faith. You know what I'm saying? And have the heart to keep going and fighting. It's all about being a fighter, man. A lot of dudes out here, they fighters. That's why they so successful, is that they're a fighter. They've been taught good by their parents or their father, you know what I'm saying? Like, never give up. The importance of hard work, determination, and the importance of ambition and will and strength. You know, you gotta find it from within, bro. You gotta think that you, the Bruce Lee, the Jean-Claude Van Damme. You know what I'm saying? The Jean-Claude Van Damme. I pronounce his name so goddamn bad. I butchered his name, man. Jean-Claude Van Damme. He's gonna be like, man, what the hell are you talking about my name, bro? You done butchered my name. For real. But anyway, I'm gonna get in here and get my coffee, man. I need to get something up in me. You know, today's workout day, so I want to hydrate real good. You know, and I just want to be happy, guys. You know, back to what I was saying before I go up in here in this Starbucks where I chill every day. You know, just want to be happy, and I'm not happy where my life is right now. But we gonna get it though. We gonna keep on keeping on, bro, no matter what. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm out. You guys have a good day. There's no more to say right now. I gotta get in here and get this coffee and get some water. I gotta hydrate real good, man, because today workout day. You guys have a good day. Don't do anything I won't do. Like quit. I won't quit. You guys have a good day. I'm out.